Right, it's movie time on the Links Pod. Peter Marshall's back. How you doing, mate?
I'm very good.
Good. You've sent me a little list of what we're going to talk about. There's a lot to get through.
Absolutely.
And this is for the month of May.
It is, yes.
Okay. Come on, what's first?
So we'll go in chronological order for the cinema releases. We've got quite a big release with Final Destination Bloodlines.
Now, I've loved all the Final Destination films, I think. But there's been a lot, hasn't there?
There's been, I think this is the sixth
Okay.
in the franchise. It's been quite a big break.
Yeah.
From Final Destination 5, I think was the last one. But yeah, it's I think there's still a desire for it.
Oh, definitely.
The original was a big film for sort of millennials like me, who this was a very sort of coming of age horror film for me.
The basic premise, if people haven't seen it, is death's going to get you no matter what, right? And so you can't avoid it if it's coming for you, which is probably true in life, but certainly in the film game. So what's this one bring to the party?
Well, I think it does look like it's with the bloodlines in the title. It looks like it's going to be, and from the trailer, it sort of suggests that a generational sort of where people have cheated death in the past.
Oh,
it's coming for their family because they shouldn't exist because they've cheated death.
Before. Oh, okay. It's going back a generation or two, maybe.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. So obviously, that's the sort of premise of the original series, was that people who should have died, death's coming back for them in other ways. So this, like I say, it's very much that somebody has survived, but they've gone on to have a family, so that family shouldn't exist in death's eyes.
Wow. Okay. Some of them are pretty gruesome, aren't they? And well, you always think about this, and when you watch those Saw films, who the hell's coming up with these ideas and thinking of these gruesome ways that people can be gotten rid of in a film? It takes some imagination, doesn't it? And you will wonder if these people have got a cellar at home where bad things happen in real life.
Well, I think they're almost they're also sort of an enormous amount of fun. I think these films, they don't take themselves massively seriously, and you can have a good laugh with them. I think these preposterous ways that people are being sort of dispatched, I suppose.
I enjoy them, but maybe that says something about me as well. All right, Final Destination. It's called Final Destination Bloodline.
Yeah, that's out on the 14th of May.
14th of May. Right, good one. Good one. That's one down.
Okay.
Ticked off. What's next?
So we're jumping to the end of the month now with Karate Kid Legends.
Now, yes. Now, you sent me the trailer for this. I haven't had time to watch it. Are the original cast members popping up?
So Ralph Macchio, who played Daniel LaRusso in the original trilogy and the Cobra Kai series, is returning for this.
Oh, is he?
Also, what this film is doing is blending the original Karate Kid with the 2010 remake that starred Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith.
Story-wise, it's blending them. Right, okay.
Yes, so it revisits Mr. Han, who's played by Jackie Chan in the 2010 film, who's got himself a new student, and then Daniel LaRusso is sort of brought on board to help train him.
Okay. Do you think it looks good, on a par with the others?
I don't know. I mean, I was a big fan of the Cobra Kai series, which sort of revisited the original film and the teenage characters from that as they'd grown up. But I wasn't a big fan of the remake, so I'm not quite sure if I'm looking forward to this. I will watch it because I'm a big fan of the Karate Kid franchise.
New Karate Kid movie is out when? Right at the end of the May?
28th of May, that one.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds a good one, I think. Okay, we'll see. But Peter's the expert, so I'll just follow along. I agree with what you say.
Yeah.
Third on our list.
So third on the list is The Salt Path, which is out on the 30th of May.
Now, I did watch the trailer for this. It's you're going to do a better job than me. It's about people going for a walk. There you go.
Yes.
This is why we get you in.
Essentially, but it's based on a true story and a true memoir about a married couple who, after a bad health diagnosis and some legal troubles, find themselves homeless.
Yes.
And then decide to walk the 630-mile south-west coast path, which is sort of Cornwall, Devon sort of area.
There's a bit where they go in the trailer to the ATM, and there's £1.90 or something in there.
Yes.
And she says, "Can we get that out, please?" Because I presume they've got nothing else. So I don't really get how you're running out of money and you've got health troubles and you decide to go for a long walk, but maybe take your mind off things.
I would imagine so. Yes. Yeah. I mean, it looks very much like a good kind of weepy with a bit of sense of humour to it as well in parts. It's had some really good early reviews as well. It's done a bit of a festival circuit, but yeah, it looks like it's going to be quite an impressive little drama.
Yeah, okay, that looks good. It's a British film as well, isn't it?
British film, yeah. It stars Gillian Anderson and Jason Isaacs in the main roles, and two very capable actors as well. So.
Very good, very good. Right, tell me the name of it again.
The Salt Path.
The Salt Path. And when's that coming?
That's 30th of May. And then finally, 6th of June, we've got Ballerina from the Book of John Wick, I believe it's called.
Now,
that's the full title.
I saw you'd sent this one over, the trailer. Now, does that mean from the Book of John Wick that Keanu Reeves isn't in it?
I don't believe so. Whether he's got a small cameo in it, I don't know. I haven't sort of jumped on this bandwagon with John Wick just yet. It's something I intend to do, but obviously been a very popular series. I think all 4 films have done extremely well at the box office and really found an audience.
I think I've seen 2 or maybe 3 of them. I haven't seen all of them, but I have enjoyed them. I mean, if you want action and violence and somebody who can defy all the threats against him and battle on, then John Wick's probably for you. Yeah.
Well, I think it's about a minor character within those 4 films, and a bit of a prequel, I think, or a side shift from that franchise.
Okay, cashing in on the franchise. Yeah, a spin-off. Yeah, but to make a film like that without Keanu Reeves, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper to do that. If it's a good film, it's a good film.
Exactly.
All right, so when's that coming?
And that's 6th of June.
Have we got more?
Well, we've got one more cinema event, this is, rather than film release.
Hang on a minute. We've never done events.
I didn't tell you about this.
An event? What's happening?
To certain members of your audience, this will be very important, which is an event called Peppa Pig Meets the Baby.
Oh, well, say no more. Peppa Pig meets... Why is it an event, not just a film?
So last year it was announced that Mummy Pig from the Peppa Pig series was pregnant.
You realise we're 2 grown men sat in a room by ourselves discussing Peppa Pig now, don't you? Right.
It's very important.
What was the announcement?
That Mummy Pig was pregnant.
Oh, so there's going to be a new family member in the Peppa Pig world.
Exactly. And there was a gender reveal party last month.
Right. And
to reveal that they were expecting a little girl.
Are they?
And there is a cinema event, so you can buy a ticket, go to watch the first meeting of Peppa Pig with her new baby sister.
It's a full-length film?
No, it's just a short, like a version of the episode, but they're making it an event within the cinemas.
I like that. What, all cinemas or select ones?
I think most cinemas are putting it on, yeah.
It'll be packed in there and that, 15 minutes goes by and everybody leaves again.
Yeah, well, I think it's a good little introduction for some children. I think cinemas can be quite, daunting.
Yeah.
Very loud, and it's a big space. It's a new thing for kids and things like that. So it's a good way to introduce children to the cinema.
I like that. Yeah. Okay. Well, yes, people with children will be watching 30th of May. If you're a Peppa Pig fan, or the children are, you think you might keep them occupied by them watching that.
I don't think it's a long running thing. I think most cinemas are just doing the odd sort of...
The odd chance to catch Peppa Pig and the new baby. Okay, that sounds all right, that.
Yeah.
If you're in the right age group. I don't think I'll be there. My daughter's 20 this year.
All right.
I don't think she wants to go. I'll ask.
Yeah.
I'll ask. That's it for the cinema releases, but we're going to talk streaming, right?
Yep.
Now, before you go on, I don't know what you're going to talk about. I'm into something big time at the moment.
Okay.
Mobland. Have you had a go?
I haven't, no.
Well, let me tell you about it. Before, we'll swap roles briefly. There's Pierce Brosnan. He does his great Irish accent.
Oh, yes.
He's fantastic. There's Tom Hardy, who is the most amazing actor. Helen Mirren. is in it with a great Irish accent as well. It's brutal and it's on Paramount, and that is my recommendation. Wow, it's good. I'm totally gripped on it.
Yeah, now you say it, I have seen some clips from it. Yeah, it does look up my street. So
Yeah,
check that out.
there you are. There you are. Take one from me. Now you can provide me with some.
Okay, so on streaming this month, just dropped on Disney Plus, is A Complete Unknown.
Now, Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan, yes. Timothy Chalamet playing Bob Dylan, the story of his sort of early career.
Yeah, Timothy Chalamet. I saw in what's the Willy Wonka one he did?
Wonka.
Wonka. That one. Yeah. It's hard to think. I mean, he's an actor, obviously. So 1 minute he's Willy Wonka. Next minute he's Bob Dylan.
He's Bob Dylan.
This is the joy of the actor. It looks good, doesn't it? And it's done well.
It does. I've been itching to sort of watch it. I was hoping to see it at the cinema earlier in the year, but I just never got the opportunity to go. So I'm very much looking forward to delving into it. I'm quite a big Bob Dylan fan. I do like his early stuff, but this covers his early life and touches upon the sort of controversy that it had being a folk singer.
Yes.
Moving to electric and things like that.
Yes, I think I remember even that in the trailer where there's a bit of controversy. He says, I'm going to play this on the electric guitar. And they say,
yes,
don't be so ridiculous.
And I know a lot of people who have seen it and who went to see it at the cinema and were very impressed with it, and especially Timothy Chalamet's performance.
What's that streaming on?
That's on Disney Plus now.
I think I've just cancelled that. That's annoying. All right, A Complete Unknown on Disney Plus. Right, looks good. Bob Dylan's story.
Okay, and then we've got, on the 1st of May, Another Simple Favour.
Another Simple Favour.
Yes.
Okay, now this is new. I've not heard of this. Where can we find it?
So this is landing on Prime on the 1st of May. This is a sequel to A Simple Favour, released in 2016, that stars Blake Lively and Anna Kendrick, which was a story about two people who sort of meet, a bit of a crime sort of comedy, almost. And this carries on the story where Blake Lively's character has been released from prison after the events of the first film.
Right.
Maybe a little bit.
There's a spoiler. I don't need to watch the first one now. Yeah.
And connects with Anna Kendrick's character and invites her to the wedding, even though she was the person who effectively got sent to prison. So it becomes a bit of a sort of crime/murder caper.
Oh, okay.
In Europe.
Sounds like good fun. Maybe Saturday night. Put that one on.
Yeah. We've got The Assessment.
The Assessment. Okay.
Which is a Prime original. So this is a kind of slight science fiction thriller.
Right.
Which is based on a couple who want to have a baby. So it's set in the near future where you have to basically have a license to have children.
Okay.
And what happens is that the government send in an assessor to spend time with them as a couple and see if they are capable of having children.
What a clever...
safely.
You see, sometimes the simplest idea... That's a good idea, isn't it? But we didn't come up with it.
But what happens is this assessor then effectively acts like a child. So a grown woman acting like a child and trying to push this couple's sort of buttons.
Oh, see how they would react.
Yes.
See how they would react when the actual real baby arrives.
Yes. So but it feels, from the trailer, it feels very much like a kind of psychological thriller.
Okay, I like a psychological thriller. You've got me interested in that. Where can I see this one?
So that's on Amazon Prime from the 8th of May.
I haven't cancelled that, so I've got that. Right, brilliant. Okay, good.
And we'll slightly sort of finish the new releases with another horror, which is Fear Street Prom Queen.
This sounds like a B movie.
Kind of. I mean, this is on Netflix. So the year before last, I'm sure it was 2023, Netflix released a trilogy called Fear Street.
Okay.
Which was 3 films, one released each week in succession, and they all had a kind of connection. They're based on some point horror novels, which are teen horror books, similar to Goosebumps, and those kind of things. But they're very much in the vein of your 80s horror films and slashers and things like that.
Yeah.
And they were extremely popular on Netflix. And this is a sort of standalone film that's carrying on that story.
I think I might like those as well.
They're very interesting. They all sort of took... So the first one in the Fear Street trilogy was set in the 80s, if I remember rightly, and then the second one was set in the 60s, and then the third one was set in the 1600s in America.
Okay.
But they all had sort of connections across the three films as well. So
Do they use the same cast
Yes.
throughout them? What's that American Horror Story I'm thinking of now?
There's
a different story all the time, but the actors play different roles sometimes.
Yeah,
even.
but I mean, certainly not to the extremes of American Horror Story.
Okay.
It's very much sort of, geared towards sort of mid-teens.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Maybe my daughter will be very interested, and I'll let her know, because she probably won't watch this, because that's what she's like. Because I'm on it. She'd watch it if just you were on it, but, kids. What else we got to talk about, Peter?
So I've got a recommendation, slightly older film, fairly new release from this year, called A Real Pain.
Wait, I've seen it, and I loved it. Have you seen it?
Cracking film.
It's
absolutely cracking.
absolutely great, isn't it? And it's sort of, if you were to write down the premise, it's not about a great deal, but it's really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's based. Well, it's about two cousins who are going on a pilgrimage to Poland because of their recently deceased grandmother, who was Polish and grew up during the Holocaust.
Yes.
So they're sort of going back to learn about what she may have experienced and visit her childhood home.
Sure. And it's about the relationship between the two of them, really,
Exactly,
isn't it?
yes. I think it would have been very easy for this film to just focus on all the Holocaust history and everything else. But very little of the emotion comes from that part of the story. It comes from this relationship between the two guys and how each of them are dealing with grief so differently. And they're each got sort of their own facet of sort of mental health issues. One played by Jesse Eisenberg, who is very sort of uptight and proper, and he's just trying to be a good person and raise his family. And then the other, played by Kieran Culkin, is a bit of a washout. He's not got much in his life, but he appears on the surface to be a lot happier than his cousin.
Yes, he does, yeah.
And it's this sort of to and fro between the two of them of trying to sort of rekindle this great relationship that they had as children, or that they feel they had as children, and just it's such an emotional piece.
It's brilliant.
It blew me away.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Where can people see that? That's my top recommendation, only because I've seen it out of the ones you've said. Go on, where can we get it?
So you can find that on Disney Plus as well.
I think that might be why I got Disney Plus again recently, and then cancelled it again. I can't remember. Maybe I've seen it, and that the job's done. I keep going back to these streaming services. You subscribe to them all?
Most of them.
Yeah, I am. And then I just think, oh, not that one anymore. And then a few weeks later, something comes out, and I think, well, I've got to see it, and I'm resubscribe again. It's like they keep drawing me back in, Peter.
And then finally, just got a few sort of special screenings that are going on, particularly at the Kinema in the Woods.
Yeah, you said you were going to talk about this. A special screening at Kinema in the Woods. I know they sometimes do show Jaws, and you all go down the Jubilee Park swimming pool at midnight, have a swim, and then go and watch the film. Or the other way round, maybe. Safe to go back in the water. What's the theme on this time?
There's quite a few. They've got a few sort of one-off screenings or sort of a couple of screenings of things. The 40 Years of Simply Red, live in Santiago.
I like Simply Red. I've seen them quite a lot.
Yeah. That's on the 15th and 18th of May. So you're finding this a lot more in cinemas now. They're doing these events where they're showing concerts or even sports, or they're showing live plays, or, well, not live plays, but screenings of plays and things like that for people who can't maybe get to the West End and go down to London and see these popular pieces.
I want them to have a really, really good sound system in the cinema, though, in order to enjoy a concert. Would the Kinema in the Woods fit the bill, do you think?
I'm sure it will, yeah.
Yeah? All right. I mean, I can't
There's good
speak.
acoustics in there.
Is there
I'm
good
sure.
acoustics
Yeah.
in? All right. I want there to be a nice sound. It wants to sound as good as being at the gig, I think. That's what I'm demanding. Kinema, I hope you live up to what Peter's promised.
And then you've got a few other bits in there. Michelangelo Love and Death, which is an art exhibition on screen.
And okay, that's something I've never heard of. So, like art pieces are just shown on the screen, and people go, "Well, that one's nice."
Yeah,
That one's.
I mean, again, it gives people
Saves you
opportunity.
going. Yeah.
People who it's a costly trip down to the big art.
Yeah, I can see
galleries
it. I just never would have thought of that concept. Wow, that's quite an incredible idea, really. I like it. Yeah.
And that's on the 20th and 22nd of May.
Right.
And then finally, a streetcar named Desire, which is the National Theatre Live.
And again, so the show is actually happening somewhere at the
I
National
don't know
Theatre.
if it's actually it's sort of beamed in live or it's just a recording of the performance.
Okay.
And you can watch it.
Okay, but instead of buying that expensive theatre ticket for London, you go and pay
exactly.
at the Kinema and enjoy that. Okay, what date's that one?
And that's the 5th and 6th of June.
Fantastic.
And they were also starting their outdoor screenings towards the end of May, I believe, as well.
Oh, are they?
Which there's some quite good films on there as well.
Where do they do that? Jubilee Park?
It's just at the back of the...
Oh, around the back of the cinema?
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
And they film and swim, I think, which is the Jaws.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing Jaws this year. From what I've seen, I think they're doing another shark film called Deep Blue Sea.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I think I've seen that, but long
they're
time
doing
ago.
Finding Dory, I think, the sequel to Finding Nemo.
Oh, are they?
Yeah.
Brilliant. Peter, until next month, thank you.
Thank you.